Hey folks, in this video we are going to learn how to play Mana Battle. It will be a hands-on approach. We are going to learn as I play, so without further ado, let's go. The first thing that we do in the game is selecting a crystal. The crystal is the most important unit in your team. If the crystal is destroyed, you lose the game. Let's pick one of them. You can drag and drop your units in the board like this. And let's see this crystal's description. It has a cooldown of 3.5 seconds, which means that every 3.5 seconds it will activate its effects. And what are these units' effects? It gives +1 of power to a random ally. What is power? Some units they have a number displayed below them, and this is the number of either damage, shield, healing, poison, or regeneration that they apply. So power is a catch-all mechanic that allows buffing those units. Notice as well that close to the one there's a star. This means that this is a permanent power increase. Usually, increase in power it goes away after the match ends, but when there's a star, the effect stays. The unit also applies 10 shield to the crystal. What is shield? Shield is a protective layer that protects the crystal, and you can only damage the crystal after you depleted the shield. The only exception is poison, because poison goes through the shield. We also have here this icon, this lightning bolt icon. What does that icon means? That icon means that this is a reaction. Some units, when some other unit does something, they react to that. And what is this reaction? When any ally does anything, uh, give 3 power, and it's not a permanent power increase. And what is the target? The target is the source, so it's the unit that performed the original action that started the trigger. Triggers have this structure of source, arrow, effect, arrow, target. Now, let's pick a poison unit so that we can explain poison and also see some other reactions. This other unit, for example, it has 20 of power, so it poisons, it deals 20 points of damage over 10 seconds, which means that the enemy will take 2 points of damage. When it applies poison again, the effect is added, and the amount of poison it stays there until the end of the combat. It has a reaction to the regeneration effect type, which is the opposite of poison. It makes the orb, the crystal, gain points of life every second, and it has a sorry, when an enemy applies regen, so it reacts to enemy actions. If an enemy uses regen, 5 points of bonus power, and the target is self, so it gets stronger if an ally uses regen. We also have the infected horror, 30 points of damage over 10 seconds, and when an ally uses poison, sorry, it hastes for 1 second and the target is self. What is haste? When a unit is hasted, its cooldown reduces at double speed. So, what this means in practice? This means that over 1 second, the hasted unit will reduce the cooldown by 2 seconds. There's also slow, which is the other way around. It makes the unit sluggish. So, and also we have this other unit, 20 points of damage over 10 seconds. When an enemy uses shield, it deals poison damage. So let's pick this one, and try to get a synergy. Let's pick another type of effect here, the charge effect. Charge works like this. Uh, Charge 1 second and the target is column. So this unit will apply charge to all units in the same column as it is located. And what is charge? It will reduce 1 second to trigger the next effect in this unit. So for example, the cooldown is 4.5. If currently the unit still needs to wait 3 seconds to act, and it receives the effect charge, instead of 3 seconds, that number will drop to 2. So that's how charge works. And it has a reaction. When any ally does anything, it charges 1 second and the target itself. So when any ally does anything, it starts charging and will redistribute that effect to the column. We have the time shifter. It will slow a random enemy for 1 second and it will charge the entire row where it is located for 1 second. And the shifter of time, it is the opposite of the time shifter. Instead of charging the row, it will charge the column. So let's pick the arcane anomaly. Let's use it to charge the infected horror. Now let's pick a regen unit. We still didn't see this type of effect. We have the Plague Doctor. It applies 20 of regeneration over 10 seconds. So your crystal will regenerate 20 points of life. And it reacts to poison in the same column. So when an ally in the same column uses poison, it will do two things. It will gain 5 points of power until the end of the match, and 1 point of permanent power. So have the Spirit of the Forest, turn regen. When anything is done in the same row by an ally, by default, when you see any, it is only allies. If you see only poison, it means only allies as well. Uh, it, we are only reacting to enemies when there's the enemy keyword. So the game prioritizes reactions to your own board instead of the enemy's board. Of course, there are some exceptions, but most of the reactions are to uh, your own team's effects. When anything in the row is performed, heal 30, and enchanted triad. When anything anywhere in the party is performed, +1 of permanent power to the self. Uh, to showcase the interaction with the infected horror, let's pick the Plague Doctor. And yeah, let's see how this match will play out. Before we start, let's see how our crystal display. This is our points of life, our points of shield, our points of regen, and our points of poison. Here we have a unit that can heal, and when a unit heals, every 10 points that a unit heals removes 1 point of poison. So we need to scale up because these two units will deny a lot of our poison. So we need to try to apply poison multiple times. Let's see if we can scale them up. Thanks to the Plague Doctor, we should make the match take a while. There's a countdown timer, so units are acting, they are interacting, and when the countdown reaches 0, a black hole appears and starts damaging both crystals by an increasing amount. When both are destroyed at the same time, you win. You win in draw scenarios. Now let's increase the max life in our crystal, and let's pick another effect. Damage units. Damage units, they are more selfish. They are like damage units in MMOs. They can boost power and other stats, but usually they don't do that for themselves. For boosting other units, usually you will want healing or regeneration units. Of course, there are exceptions. We have this unit that when an ally shields, it hastes 1 second the self. It gives 5 points of critical to the self. And what is critical? It is a chance of dealing a double the damage or healing or the effect linked to power that you have. And if you have over 100% of critical, the extra amount becomes extra power. You also have the duelist. It reacts to damage done by the enemy. It gains 2 of permanent power. We are in the second round, so it might be a good idea because we have time to scale it up. We also have the glass cannon. It gives 5 points of critical to the self. We don't have shield, so let's try the duelist. Let's see if we have other reactions here. Okay. Now let's pick a healing unit. We have regen. So here's an example of how healing units support others. When anything is done in the board, plus 5 of critical to the unit in the right. So it's like if this unit is behind the other one, giving support to it and making it more effective. We have the cleric. When someone in the same row does damage, that unit plus 5 of power to that unit, to the source. The Soul Weaver heals 15. When shield is performed in the same row by an ally unit, that unit, the source, gains 5 of power and 1 of permanent power. Uh, I, it's quite hard choosing here, but I'll pick the Soul Weaver just to showcase the synergy. Let's pick a haste unit. Oh, this is a reaction to poison. Very good. This unit hastes the whole column for 1 second. Let's pick it. So if I place it here, it will haste both units in the same column. If it is located in the middle, that's not a problem. It will apply the effect up and down. And it's the whole column. And when an ally poisons, regardless of position, it will charge 1 second and the target is itself. So it will consume poison and become energized and ready to act again. Let's click ready. Let's see how we play out. The matches are usually harder in the beginning because the enemy core has a bonus health to make things more interesting. We were unlucky because of the poison. We had lots of shield, but we had lots of poison in the other team, so it was a natural counter. But yeah, let's see now a unit with slow, which is the opposite of haste. When an ally slows, this one gets plus 5. The time shifter, it charges the row, and the shifter of time, it charges the column. And I will pick the time shifter to charge these two. And now let's see. The power absorber or the dark ritual, they are interesting. If you have a unit that you want to prioritize, you can absorb the power for the units in the same row. Now let's see how this plays out. Each row ally will lose 25% of the power and it will be added to the infected horror. Let's see how this plays out. And it ate up the power from the allies. You can use that to distribute power. It's interesting with units that get permanent power boosts. So you can do that to move power around. Now let's pick a regeneration unit. And we have a Plague Doctor here. We found another one. This means that if I click it, I will upgrade it. Units start at bronze. They also go to silver, gold, and platinum. And it's the same as if I had 2 Plague Doctors. So the base power that it had was 20, so it goes to 40, then 60, then 80. And yeah, let's see how we play out in this match. Let's see how we fare here. Yeah, we are mostly mostly showcasing the effects, not very concerned about winning or not. And yeah, we managed to win. So good. So yeah, I think this gives a good overview of how you can read effects, how you can set up triggers and synergies in your team. And yeah, I hope you have fun. Hope you get a golden victory. And if you have tips, suggestions, I'll be glad to consider your ideas. And I hope you have fun.